Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Packers going up against the Jets. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. And he'll give it here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well. And
they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
He'll look to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They're going to look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Taken from just outside the 30. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. And on that play, there was 0 space, no gain.
So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Here we go. Green, 35.
Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, Setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle. He can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Gerald McCoy. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football, but they face a second and long to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now back to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has
this, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And New York set to take the field.
And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on that run. And while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Still 2nd down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Now Rodgers. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be down deep into Jet territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defense.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
319!
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
319!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. A 4-yard pickup. That gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on third down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a fourth down. Here's Jeff Locke now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. When halftime rolls around in just a bit, we'll send you to Orlando. You will hear the dulcet tones of Mr. Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report.
Does dulcet mean good?
Yeah, it's just something that broadcasters say. It's got to be good, right?
It's got to be good.
You tell me.
Well, it's got to be good if Larry's doing it.
This is fielded at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on second. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. Uses the stiff arm. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. Normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
319! 319 to 9.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. Rodgers going to throw. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Here we go now.
They'll throw now on the final play. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Now, you folks don't know what you're missing. You're missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection.
It's caught at the 10. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 48 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it 1st and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Jet 1st down, 18 big yards that time.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to her. And Rudolph has it left side. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
319! 258!
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
850!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Looking to throw. Past the 20. Over the middle, complete. That's Stevens. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. They'll set up a throw. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line. Ball spotted at the 4. It's second and goal. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. It's their quarterback. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Rodgers now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
258. 319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Montravius Adams in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started. So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 6 there on first. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take him go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll drop to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. There's Rodgers to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now Rodgers. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. Here's Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up this.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So that one will be accepted. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And the back goes into motion. That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Going right side here, and that's complete. He got 29 yards that time. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.